Good morning, beautiful people. Let's sing. Good morning. I heard one peep from the congregation. I am open. I am open. I am open to receive the love in you and me. I am open. I am open. I am open to receive the love in you and me. Let's sing that together. I am open to receive the love. Here we go. I am open, I hear you. I am open. I am open to receive the love in you and me. I am open, yes. I am open. I am open to receive the love in you and me. Now let's know it for each other. You are open. Here we go. You are open. You are open. You are open to receive the love in you and me. You are open. Yes, you are. You are open. You are open to receive the love in you and me. We are open, and all it takes is a little willingness. Here we go. We are open. We are open. We are open to receive the love in you and me. We are open. We are open. We are open to receive the love in you and me. The love in you and me. The love in you and me. The love in you and in me. The love in you and me. We are open to the love in you and me.
Thank you, Laura, our very own Laura Bourbon. Yay! I am so impressed with each and every one of you. You are here, you are on time, and it's Time Change Sunday. So please know that you are a miracle. Yay to you! And not only will people trickle in late like they do every Sunday, which is fine, and those of you who have an inclination to place bets, who do you think will walk in the door at 11:30? Because they will be a whole hour late. Almost every Time Change Sunday in all of my ministry, somebody has walked in and gone, oh, no. So please know that you are welcome. Here at Unity on the Avenue, we are unapologetically inclusive. And I always challenge you to know, what does that mean? If we are unapologetically inclusive, it means we welcome all people. There aren't any exceptions. And we're glad you're here. And let's repeat our statement of faith. There's only one power and one presence in the universe and in my life. God the good, omnipotent. Thank you. And now Penny, our prayer chaplain.
Surely the presence of love is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of love is in this place. Surely the presence of love is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of love is in this place.
And in this sacred moment, we are surely in the presence. Just relax and allow these words to become your words. Just allow yourself to be centered and in the awareness of your breath, feel the presence. I am immersed in the presence and the power. I let go and I let God be in me and through me. I feel the presence of God as I focus on every inhalation and exhalation, moving that life force to every cell in my body. Just breathe. The perfection of God is beyond comprehension, but I feel it so profoundly in each and every breath. Embracing divine life is my breath. I am willing to let go and to go with the flow of God's goodness. As a divine being, I'm always growing, always changing, and continuously evolving to a higher level of consciousness. On this beautiful, magnificent journey, I release and let go of all the thoughts and emotions that no longer serve my higher purpose or that positively affirm me in my humanness. I let go. I'm in the presence. I eliminate the need or temptation to be in control. I soften. I relax. I flow. I breathe. I let go. I am meant to live as a powerful, creative, spiritual being in the likeness of my beloved Creator. I am, throughout this time, so grateful to feel the presence of God's goodness and God's life moving in and through me, directing and guiding me. I am in the flow. I am thankful. And so it is. Amen.
Who are you in your mind? So concerned with your own space and time, but you feel like there's something more. You hear voices from your past saying who you are and how you should act, but you only want to close the door. Feeling so confined, you search for a sign to tell you where you belong. Surrender to the moment, yeah, 'cause in a moment it will be gone. It's the letting go of what you can't control anymore. Awaken to the presence, the only place you can do no wrong. There is nothing else, so forgive yourself and know that you are born in this moment. Yeah, you are born now. Cluttered thoughts in your head about events that have not happened yet, and you wanna turn the whole thing off. Stop the movie and break the reel. Start all over and make a new deal. Well, maybe you've had enough. You've had enough. And you're never really here when all of your fears keep you tangled and alone, so alone. Surrender to the moment, yeah, 'cause in a moment it will be gone. It's the letting go of what you can't control anymore. Let it go, let it go. Awaken to the presence now, the only place you can do no wrong. There is nothing else, so forgive yourself and know that you are born in this moment. You are born in this moment. You are born in this moment. Oh. Ooh, oh. Surrender to the moment now, 'cause in a moment it will be gone. It's the letting go of what you can't control anymore. Awaken to the presence of God, the only place you can do no wrong. Oh, there is nothing else, so forgive yourself and know that you are born. You are born in this moment. You are born in this moment. You are born in this moment.
One of the things you discover in ministry that they did warn us about in ministerial school is that whenever you pick a topic, you get to live what that topic is about. Because we have to practice. You know, there was a day and time when ministers got to get up and tell you how to do it. Someone didn't turn her phone off. That's me. And it'll stop soon, and it's pretty quiet. So now whenever that happens to one of you, you don't ever have to worry about it again because the minister's phone went off during her own talk. So that's okay. So the process of detachment. You know, we've been following the Lenten booklet that came from Unity Worldwide Ministries. And this last week, we've been looking at the process of detachment. Now, this last week, I was sick with a cold. I did not come to the prayer chaplains meeting. I was homesick with a cold. And I'm chair of the board, and I did not even get on all my Zoom calls because I felt like, you know, fill in the blank yourself. And I get to be detached from that. I get to not be attached. The process of detachment is to let go of your attachments. And you can imagine that I'm attached to doing a good job. I'm attached to showing up in a particular way. And I don't always get to control that. Control and detachment are opposite things, aren't they? And I'm curious in this morning space. Usually I talk a while and then I ask you to talk, and now I would like you to tell me what you control.
The heat in my apartment.
All right, cool. What else do you control?
Your feelings.
Your feelings. Okay, I'm not going there yet. What else do you control? Mark, what do you control?
You know, when I think of control, I think of the 3 children that I adopted. And 2 of them I've had to detach from because they're older now, and there's not a whole lot more that I can do with them. They have to kind of figure it out on their own. One of my 3 children is 31 years old, and she's living in the basement now just temporarily. And that's a whole different conversation because she's really moving forward and doing extremely well. She works for the Coalition for Homeless now. Then in the summer she works for Outward Bound. But it doesn't mean, when I say that I'm detached from 2 of my kids, it doesn't mean that I still don't care for them and I don't love them. But I've had to let go, and I guess let go and let God is probably the way that I determine it. And I've learned that from personally doing the 12 steps for AA. Mm-hmm. And it makes a big difference. So I realize, even though I would like to control them and I would like to tell them what to do, because I know that I have a lot better answers than they do, I know that it's time for me to let go. And so that's my view on control.
All right.
Anybody else?
So you don't get to control your kids. What do you get to control?
I only get to control myself and my perspective on what it's all about.
Okay.
Whether or not you work on your goals.
Okay. Whether or not you work on your goals.
The decisions you make, but maybe not the outcomes.
Thank you, Ellen.
I find that I can control very little. And the things that I can control, I do, like making 2 cups of coffee in the morning, organic coffee in the morning. I can control that. But there are many things that are outside of my control, and it's my duty to be detached from them.
I've been called a control freak.
which comes with being a CPA too. So actually, there's a lot that I try to organize, persuade, and put into place. But I also know I have to detach from the results that sometimes I can't change. So, but I do the best I can. That's not exactly the answer, but Lisa stole my one-word answer, so there you go.
Many years ago, back in the 80s, when I very first walked into a Unity church, I crossed a book that's called The Handbook to Higher Consciousness. Some of you who've been reading things for a long time may have crossed that same book. It's written by a guy named Ken Keyes. Looks like keys, but he says Keyes. Was written in 1975. And he talked about the path to higher consciousness. But the one thing that he talked about that made an impression on me and that I have practiced ever since is whether you're addicted or whether you have a preference. And any time that you're irritated, angry, jealous, confused, bored, defeated, fearful, resentful, upset in any way, you're addicted to something that's not happening in your life. Is it an addiction? I demand, want, insist that life be different than it is in this moment? Or do you have a preference? For some reason, that put the distinction in Doris's mind in a very different way than I had ever thought about it. And it's something that I've tried to practice over the last 30-some years. And if you listen, I often say I would prefer. I would prefer that we not change time zones or time frames. I'm personally not a fan of spring forward and back. Do I have any control over whether or not we change the time zones? No. I have no control. But I can have a preference. So working with the concepts of preference becomes important. Now, there are subtle ways that we can prefer, and there are ways that are outrageous that we can prefer. And the real question becomes, do we have any control over them? When you talk about what you can control, one of the things that was part of my week was, did I have any control over whether or not I had a cold? Now, maybe I could have eaten healthier, maybe I could have gone to sleep earlier, maybe I could have taken more vitamin C, maybe I could have not inhaled when my grandchildren exhaled. All those things, but essentially, I didn't have any control over whether I had a cold. Now, I did have some control. I could stay home and go to bed, or I could ignore that I had a cold. But there was an element there that I really had no control over. One of the verses in the Bible where Jesus said that is really, really, really difficult for us to accept is in Matthew 5:39. I'm guessing none of you are such Bible scholars that you automatically know what Matthew 5:39 says. But Jesus said, "Do not resist an evildoer. But if anyone strikes you on the right cheek," you know what the next line is. Turn the other cheek. I personally find that to be a very difficult verse, because I am programmed to resist evil doers. Now we're back to our very first word, control. Do I, Doris Hoskins, have any control over evildoers? No. So my resistance to an evildoer pretty much has no consequence. I can be a 2-year-old and throw a fit in the middle of the floor. I can punch walls. I can be angry and upset. I can be indignant. I could go out and punch a person. And in the state of Colorado, I could whip out my gun and shoot a person. But would any of those actions really have any impact? This isn't an easy question. It's a very frustrating question. If someone strikes you on the right cheek, turn your other cheek. If your microphone is falling off your ears, adjust it. I have some control. This isn't one where Doris can say, "Here's an answer." What are your answers to that question? I don't know where we left the microphone. Who wants to wrestle with this question with me? Carol does.
Well, I think when somebody metaphorically strikes you on the cheek and you try to get back at them for whatever reason, in whatever method you want to, you are basically putting fuel on the fire. The energy you put out is what you're going to get back in. It escalates things. And sometimes the person doesn't even realize that they've upset you, and you are the one that suffers by not being spiritually connected to who you are in reaction to them.
Thank you. Anybody else want to wrestle with this?
Well, I think the first thing when something happens like that, you have some feelings going on that they have to come and feel. I mean, you have to feel upset, angry, whatever. But if you give yourself time to process through that, I think eventually you can get to the place where you can detach from it, when you can let it go. But it takes takes a process of emotions, feelings, thoughts, time sometimes to move through.
Thank you. Anybody else?
I find I no longer want to get back at that person. Over the past probably 6 or 8 months, I've really learned that while that person may have hurt me, whether it was intentionally or unintentionally, or made me angry, or however I felt, I'm still pleasant to that person, but I am very cautious of what I allow myself to give out to that person.
Thank you, Lisa.
I realized with this one, you can control your action or inaction. So if somebody's going to strike me, I can either strike them back, and yes, it can promote more disease from that individual. But I realize that if I don't defend myself, and I allow that individual to constantly strike at me, then I'm doing myself a disservice because I'm constantly being attacked instead of detaching and no longer allowing myself to be under such negative control.
Thank you. Don't you wish I asked easy questions? The problem is you already have the answers to all the easy questions. And the hard questions we resist often looking at. Do we have a comment that I'm missing? I always would stop for a comment. Or are you just getting the mic ready for the next question I ask? Okay. When I wrestle with these questions, and I truly don't bring you anything that I don't sit with myself, that doesn't seem fair to me. And I want to tell you what I was wrestling with this weekend. On Thursday night, I picked my granddaughter up from volleyball practice. She's a star volleyball club player, dreaming of the Olympics. For those of you who haven't met my granddaughter, she's 6'2" and she's 15 and a half. And we went to dinner and had a lovely time. She told me that they want to put her in honors math and biology. She goes to Cherry Creek High School. And I took her home. And on Friday night, I got a panic-stricken call from my daughter because my granddaughter had ingested an unknown quantity of Tylenol PM with the intention of not being alive. Resist not evil. What do you get to control? What do you detach from? See, there aren't simple answers, and they aren't limited to the drama in each of your own lives. Every single one of us walking this earth has this problem. So my daughter spent the night with my granddaughter in the Sky Ridge Hospital in Lone Tree. At the same time Trinity was there, 4 other children were at Lone Tree Hospital because they had tried to take their own lives. 5 children in one hospital. Today, my granddaughter is in Colorado Springs in a psych unit being evaluated for 72 hours. We don't know how many pills she took. She hasn't been entirely truthful lately, so you can't just believe what she says. We don't know. But she's alive, she's in treatment. I made it to the hospital in time to see her taken out, strapped to a gurney, and to tell her that I loved her, because I have control over that. I can't control her, but I can love her. What we each have is a binary switch. That's about all I know about coding. You've gotten it in one sentence. It's on or it's off. We can say yes or we can say no. Every single moment. Each of you said yes this morning when the alarm rang. You made it here. You had a choice to say no and not be here. Each of us has a choice as to whether or not you'll talk in a circle. Yes, no. And that's the choice we get. That's where our control switch is. What will I say yes to, and what will I say no to? If you're an alcoholic, you understand that process. Every time you say yes to a drink or no to a drink. And it's not just one time, it's 1,000 times a day. It's 100,000 times in your lifetime. Yes, no. Yes to food, no to food. Yes to getting up in the morning, no to getting up in the morning. Yes to saying things in a loving way, no to saying things in a loving way. We each have a choice. And that choice is a split second of every single moment of every single day. Am I going to respond with anger? Am I going to respond with love? Course in Miracles would say, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Love is the choice. Self-love, taking care of yourself. Love for our kids, whether or not they do what we choose for them to do. Because guess what? They mostly don't. But we each have that choice. We each have that on and off switch. And that yes and no is the only thing that I can figure out that we can control. Am I responding in anger? Am I responding in love? Am I turning the other cheek? Or am I surrendering? We don't like those words, surrender. And yet, what control do we really have? It's so limited. And yet, most of us spend our lives in deep angst over something. And in truth, we just say yes or no to it. Yes, no, yes, no. And it's, Jesus also says, let your yes be yes and your no be no. A lot of us grew up in a world where we didn't think we could say no to much. And yet we have learned that we do have power and control over ourselves. No, we don't have to stay in abusive situations. No, we don't have to put up with people treating us improperly. We get to control that. When we're unhappy, it's usually because we didn't get what we wanted. When we say yes to what really makes us happy, we have more control. But it's not a one-time process. It continues. You know, the truth is, any one of you could get up and walk out the door at any moment. I don't like what she's saying and I'm not staying. Goodbye. Okay. It's all right. And I could be offended or not. That's my choice. What I make it mean is my choice. Addiction, preference. Yes, no. Those are truly the only answers that I've figured out to what the process of detachment looks like. But if we can, for this season of Lent, choose to practice and let go of whatever we can. Inviting you to simply breathe with me. Exhale, let go of that breath that you're holding. Let go of the angst. Let go of the stress that I may have created for you. Say yes to breathing in. Say yes to the oxygen. Breathe in the possibility for creating for yourself a life that is exactly what you want. Knowing that it's about what you can give yourself and no one else. Choosing yourself, choosing love, choosing wholeness, saying yes to your own life, saying no to those things that do not fulfill and bless you. Thousands of choices every day. Supporting you with love as you make those choices. Holding you in my heart. Knowing that love is possible. Breathing in. Pausing to reflect in this moment for a few moments of stillness. Allowing the energy in the room to fill and sustain you as you go forward to make the choices that are yours to make. Without judgment on past choices, simply going forward with a clean slate to choose and choose again. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen. This is the time where you have an opportunity to share with the congregation, with Unity on the Avenue. Those of you who are part of consistent giving have an opportunity to bless the plate or to put your certificate of giving because you contribute on a regular basis into the offering basket. I invite you to join me and to bless what we give, knowing that there's a square in the back for credit cards, and I'm pretty sure there's an offering plate back there too that will allow you to put that unused thing called cash in the offering plate, should you so choose. So I invite you to join me in blessing all of the gifts that Unity on the Avenue receives. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And we get to listen to another wonderful song.
There's a deepening and no need for words. Still inside I speak. I know I will be heard. I will be heard. Well, I've misunderstood. This life is safe and grand and good. Oh, feed my soul till I reach the bottom, and it is deeper than I have ever known. Well, here I am found, now till ever after, and this love is but a sound. It roots me down. Your love, it roots me down. Ooh. Well, I was a fallen one. Now that's a way that won't work. No, 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 it won't work now. Still I am holding on. I am holding on through all I've seen the fork in the road. I won't split my time anymore. Feed my soul till I reach the bottom, and it is deeper than I have ever known. Well, here I am found now till ever after, and this love, your love is a sound. It roots me down, your love, it roots me down, and the root grows me together, and the root is mine forever and ever and ever. Oh, feed my soul, yeah, till I reach the bottom, and it is deeper than I have ever known. Well, here I am found now till ever after, and this love, your love is a sound. It roots me down. You root me, God, you root me down. Oh, this love, it roots me down. You root me, God, you root me down. I am rooted down, and the root grows me together, and the root is mine forever and ever and ever.
So, guys, we're going to bless you, and we're going to bless all the other children everywhere that we love. Let's generate lots of energy, because we need lots of love to bless you and all the kids in the world, which we do in this moment. So, children, guys, you are loved, special, and important. We see you, and we bless the divine beings that you are. Yeah. And we invite you to join in our prayer for protection, which I hope you take with you everywhere you go, in every moment. The light of God surrounds us. I am that light. The love of God enfolds us. I am that love. The power of God protects us. I am that power. The presence of God watches over us. I am that presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And our work for this coming week is to release and let go.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, yeah, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.